Ating lang din from the IPU na ginanap sa Geneva, Switzerland. Let us all welcome Senator J.V. Ejercito. Hi sir, magandang umaga.
Yes, magandang umaga. Good morning to our friends from the Senate Media. Magandang umaga sa inyo. Nice to be back. Gaya na sinabi ni Ate Sally, kababalik ko lang galing sa IPU sa Geneva as the head of the Senate's delegation to the Interparliamentary Union. And but I'm also flying out to Taiwan for the JCI World Congress, during Chamber International, because we are bidding for a World Congress again to be held here in the Philippines, particularly Clark, for 2028. Kaya ako pupunta ron. We are going to bid, for us, kasi ano rin to, sayang. That's about 4,000 delegates that will be coming here for a World Congress. So sayang din yun. That's tourism also and the promotion of the country. So ayun, kaya I'll be leaving also in a while for Taiwan.
Pero andito na kayo before the resumption of session on Monday.
Of course, I will be here. I'll be back hopefully by Saturday. Pagtapos ng bid natin in the JCI World Congress, we'll be coming back right away.
Sir, sa first issue natin, the Supreme Court has issued TRO to prevent the further transfer of the remaining 29.9 billion pesos mula dun sa total na 89.9 billion excess fund ng PhilHealth. Any comment on that, sir?
Well, that's a very welcome development. Of course, as the principal sponsor and author of the Universal Healthcare Act, of course, I would like to give priority to the implementation of UHC. And a big factor in the success of its implementation is PhilHealth, because that's the primary agency that is tasked to implement the UHC. And ang ano rito kasi, ang naging controversial tong 89 billion na that was declared as an excess funds, although nandoon kasi sa GAA that the Department of Finance may tap excess funds of GOCCs and other agencies for other priority programs. But for me, it's already it's in the law that the funds should be used solely for the benefit of the members, which is ang ibig sabihin, lahat ng Pilipino ngayon ay considered na member, so dapat unahin muna ang benefits of members and to cover the expenses and the medical needs of the people. So hindi rin natin masisi ang DOF because there are priority programs, yung mga nakapark na funds, they would like to access to fund the priority measures. But ang ano rito, yung PhilHealth, why would they declare an excess fund of 89 billion? Ngayon po, ang dami pa rin nahihirapan sa medical bills, di ba? While people are still struggling to pay the medical expenses, there are still hospitals that haven't been paid. Yung premium natin, hopefully, when we pass the UHC amendment, we will be able to adjust it to a lower rate para naman maka-recover tayo because of the pandemic. But not until that is passed, that the least the PhilHealth can do is to cover all Filipinos, because we are already, nafo-frustrate ako kasi as the sponsor and author of the Universal Healthcare Act, we are already entering the 5th year of implementation of the UHC. It's a 10-year program, it's a work in progress, but by this time, it should already be felt by most of the Filipinos, Kasi nasa na tayo nasa going 5th year, and our intent is to give access to good quality healthcare for all Filipinos without the financial burden. Yan ang intent ng law. We have to lower the out-of-pocket expenses. So, bakit ka magdedeklara ng 89 billion gayong napakarami pang Pilipino ang nahihirapan bayaran ang kanilang medical expenses? Ang nakakalungkot dito, at selling na, receive so many information, mga complaints, na halimbawa, 500,000 inabot yung medical bills. Ang sasagutin lang ng PhilHealth, 12,000, 15,000. Parang hindi mo naramdaman. Kung sinagot man lang 30%, 40%, o even 50%, ang laking bagay sana nun. Meron pa ako nakita, billing, 100,000, sinagot, 8,000. Ba't naman ganon? That's not. I like to remind PhilHealth that they are not a private corporation na kailangan may profit, na may savings at the end of the year. We are we are a government agency, a service agency, aside from a health insurance agency, kailangan natin ubusin yan para sa benepisyo ng miyembro, di ba? So, why will you declare an 89 billion excess fund when there are people who are still struggling to pay the hospital bills? There are hospitals that haven't been paid. Yung benefit packages natin, maganda pakinggan, pero hindi nyo naman sinasagot lahat. So, yun. That's why I'm very, I welcome the TRO of the Supreme Court on the excess fund of PhilHealth, no, that will be transferred supposedly to the National Treasury. I'm hoping, that's why I'm calling also on our counterparts in the House of Representatives to prioritize already the amendment of the Universal Healthcare Act, which includes, of course, yung adjustment to the rates, no, na ibababa yung rates, and second, reiteration that PhilHealth's funds should only be used for PhilHealth and health purposes, that it cannot be realigned for other purposes. So kasama na po yun, yung reiteration nito sa UHC amendments.
Sir, since yung TRO, ang covered lang yung remaining 29.9 billion pesos na hindi nata-transfer, are you still hoping or may chance pa kaya na mahabol yung nailipat na 60 billion in case na ideklara na unconstitutional ng Korte Suprema yung
Well, sana
transfer?
sana maibalik, no? Kasi nga of course, sabihin na natin may bias ako because my concern really is the implementation of the UHC. Ang gandang pakinggan, siyempre nakakasama rin na loob, nakaka-frustrate that it's really a landmark legislation. But again, we are already in the 4th year, dapat nararamdaman na ito, no? Yung iba naman ramdam na, no? There are already improvements from almost 60% out-of-pocket expense before its passage. Ngayon nasa 40 to 45%, no? So bumaba na, but kung sana maibaba pa natin, no? Again, reminder to PhilHealth, being the author, hindi tayo profit-oriented, no? Service-oriented tayo dapat. Kung meron tayong pondo, dapat yan ginagastos for the benefit of the members. Dapat hindi nahihirapan. Ang mga indigents, yung mahihirap, yung mga PWDs, yung mga senior citizen na walang kapasidad na magbayad ng kanilang hospital expenses, dapat inuuna natin sila before declaring an excess or savings, 'di ba? So hindi ang DOF ang may kasalanan dito. I think it's PhilHealth kasi bakit kayo magdedeklara hangga't may nahihirapan?
So what do you think should be done, sir, to prevent this from happening again aside dun sa approval ng proposed amendments sa UHC law?
Well, yun lang. Sana we stick to the implementation of the law. Nandun naman talaga yun that funds should be used for members, for the benefit of the members, and for health purposes. No, kailangan lang natin i-reiterate 'yon. Kaya lang nagkaroon kasi nga sagaan ng last year that excess funds of GOCCs can be tapped for other priority programs. Dapat sa akin sana sa ibang GOCCs, pero yung for health, especially for PhilHealth, for the success of the UHC to materialize, dapat wag na natin sana pakialaman to.
So sir, will you make sure na sa proposed 2025 budget wala nang ganung provision na pwedeng gamitin para matransfer ang excess fund ng PhilHealth?
Particularly for PhilHealth, no? Kasi nga work in progress pa ito eh. Dapat kung fully implemented na to, that's when we all doon lang natin siguro sabihin dapat itong pakialaman. Wag natin sanang pakialaman because we are still in the process of maraming birth pains and all, pero sana naman, hayaan natin. Let us give the Universal Healthcare Act a chance. It's a landmark legislation that's really intended to ease the burden of the ordinary Filipinos. Kasi kaya nga ako talaga, one of the reasons that I really wanted to make it back to the Senate nung nawala ako, is to really monitor and itong implementation ng UHC, no? Kaya nga siguro as the principal sponsor and author of this measure, I will use the oversight function, no? And review already yung on the where are we now in its implementation, no? But what are the adjustments that need to be done? ano yung mga kinakailangan natin, no? Ba't nagkakaganito, no? Ang implementation na dapat sinasagot talaga. Doon ako sorry po, pero lungkot, nakakita ulo na makikita mo ang laki ng bill, 1,000, tapos kakapiranggot ang sinasagot ng PhilHealth. So, it's PhilHealth and the Health Technology Assessment Council. Sa UHC kasi meron tayong HTAC na tinatawag, composed of specialists and experts who will determine kung ano dapat ang sagutin. Yung mga case rates, lahat sila po specialist kasi hindi naman tayo public health specialist. Sila dapat, what have they done? Anong ginawa nila in the course, no? HTAC and PhilHealth, anong pinagagawa ninyo in the past 3 or 4 years na dapat naramdam na ito ng ating mga kababayan.
Sir, meron bang violations yung PhilHealth dun sa pag-transfer ng fund, considering na nasa batas na yung PhilHealth funds ay hindi pwedeng gamitin sa ibang purpose? Dapat lang itong gamitin para dun sa mga PhilHealth members.
Yes, I would say, siyempre, may bias ako dahil ako ang sponsored author. From what I know, it's that funds of PhilHealth should solely be used for its members' benefits or for health purposes. So, yun, hindi ko alam kung anong gusto ng PhilHealth leadership now. Bakit kinakailangan? Nagpapagood shot ba sila? Nagpapasikat na meron tayong profit, meron tayong excess funds, pinagmamaya. Hindi dapat natin pinagmamalaki yun. We are not. Again, hindi kayo private corporation. Dapat pag gobyerno, inuubos yan for services. Di ba? Hanggat meron pang nahihirapan magbayad ng hospital bills, we are not successful yet. The only time that you can, siguro, pagbibigyan natin, mag-declare sila ng excess funds, pag lahat satisfied na hindi nahihirapan. Ang dami lumalapit pa rin sa atin, sa politiko, sa kung kani-kanino, lumalapit yung mga ordinaryong mamamayan dahil hirap na hirap magbayad. That's the intent of the law. Matanggal nga yung paglapit sa yung patronage politics especially, para nga covered na po sila. Kaya lang ngayon, inaasahan nila yung iba-ibang pondo pa, iba-ibang personalities to help with their expenses.
So, sir, kung